Hate to keep bringing up the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark drama. It must be noted that Angel Reese is playing for Unrivaled. Caitlin Clark is not. The numbers are not great.
What happens when hype meets? Reality Angel Rhea player who boldly claimed she was the face of women's basketball is facing the harsh truth in the Unrivaled League. The league, which promised to revolutionize women's basketball, is already struggling.
It's here that we need to just realize Angel Reese is playing. And, she's been very big on herself as being a massive draw. If that is in fact the truth, then why are people not watching with the same excitedness that they were watching Caitlin Clark?
Barely managing to attract viewers, even with Reese at the center of its promotional efforts. And let's not forget, this is the same Angel Reese who spent an entire season boasting about her influence and impact on the sport. But where are the sold-out arenas now? Where are the millions of viewers?
The boil on Caitlin Clark's ass, Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss late?
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, who decided not to play, and Unrivaled has inadvertently exposed Reese's narrative as nothing more than an overhyped illusion.
It is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. If you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing.
Clark's absence has cast a glaring spotlight on the league shortcomings and Reese's inability to carry it without Clark. The league's numbers are dismal and fans are left unimpressed.
My jam, Karen.
Cool new modernizations and this whole new league that was just built and is now making its debut. Fans aren't really buying into it as of this point. The games have averaged about 312,000 viewers across TNT and True TV, which is their broadcast partners.
In fact, many are starting to see Reese for what she truly is as a player, more invested in her glamour than her game. Stay tuned as we break down how Caitlin Clark's strategic decision not to participate has shattered the Unrivaled League's image and left Angel Reese's exaggerated claims of being the reason people watch women's basketball in tatters.
Nobody is coming close to the power of the Caitlin Clark effect. They're just not.
This is a story of basketball exposure and the undeniable power of Caitlin Clark. Let's dive in.
They released the first television numbers, TNT did, and they're bragging about them because, well, they're the best they've ever been.
When the Unrivaled League was launched, it was touted as the next big thing in women's basketball, a modernized, glitzy alternative to the WNBA designed to keep players stateside during the off-season.
Those numbers, just to put into a little bit of perspective, while they seem like, okay, we've got over 312, when you put them in comparison to some of the WNBA numbers, specifically the WNBA numbers that featured Caitlin Clark playing in a game, they are actually very low.
Yeah, all the hype couldn't mask the glaring issue. The league's success hinged on star power, and Caitlin Clark, the biggest draw in women's basketball, was nowhere to be found.
Unrivaled League has a lot of celebrity backing to it, which is great, right? So clearly with this type of investment, it means the players have the ability to get paid. And actually, they are getting paid. They're making a ton more than they do in the WNBA, despite it only being, like I mentioned, a 9-week season.
The numbers tell a brutal story. Despite Unrivaled claims of strong viewership, the debut games averaged just over 312,000 viewers. To put that in perspective, Caitlin Clark's rookie WNBA games regularly drew over 2 million viewers.
You and I both know, right? We both know. No Caitlin Clark, no watch. No Caitlin Clark in the league, no watch. Caitlin Clark's in that league, viewership doubles, if not triple.
Without her, the Unrivaled League's viewership barely past last year's WNBA averages, and that's with all the celebrity buzz and media backing Angel Reese, who positioned herself as the face of this new league, has struggled to live up to her own hype. Reese boldly proclaimed she was one of the reasons people were tuning into women's basketball.
I saw highlights of it, or lowlights of it, and I gotta tell you, it's really bad. Watching 5-on-5 women is bad enough, but 3-on-3 women, worse.
These are all numbers over 2 million. So would the Unrivaled League benefit greatly from the Caitlin Clark Effect, I think without a doubt we all know the answer to that is resoundingly yes, but where's the evidence if her star power is as influential as she claims? Why couldn't she draw the same massive crowds that Caitlin Clark did instead? Viewers are tuning out and the league's glamorous perks, a Miami-setting luxury, apartments, and even a Sephora-sponsored glam room are beginning to feel like distractions from the lack of actual basketball excitement.
The Clark effect led to WNBA games that didn't even feature Clark drawing an average of 400,000 viewers. It's the Caitlin Clark effect.
The Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky game, 2.3 million. Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever, 2.25 million. Fever versus the Storm, 2.2 million. Sun versus the Fever, 2.1 million. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying.
The Unrivaled League's flaws run deeper than just ratings. The gameplay itself has been criticized for being inconsistent and at times downright unwatchable.
These are all numbers over 2 million. So would the Unrivaled League benefit greatly from the Caitlin Clark effect? I think without a doubt, we all know the answer to that is resoundingly yes.
Blowouts and sloppy performances are common, with even marquee players struggling to adjust to the 3 versus 3 format. Reese's performances in particular have failed to impress.
We know that the WNBA numbers with her and versus the numbers in the WNBA without her also have a major gap. And this really makes us realize the power of Caitlin Clark, the appeal of Caitlin.
If I'm the Unrivaled League, I go back to
People thought there was great momentum. People thought Angel Reese could draw. No, nobody wants to watch Angel Reese. Come on.
basketball isn't about hype, glitz, or glamour. It's about skill, performance, and the ability to captivate an audience. And without her, the Unrivaled League feels incomplete, struggling to justify its existence. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into how Caitlin Clark's decision not to join the league not only elevated her own brand, but also sent Angel Reese in the Unrivaled League spiraling into mediocrity.
If I'm the Unrivaled League, I go back to Caitlin Clark and say, what do you need? And then I give it to her. But Caitlin Clark seems beyond that, and that adds to her popularity.
To understand the stark contrast between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, we need to examine their impact on basketball, both on and off the court. Caitlin Clark is not just a player, she's a phenomenon. Her ability to electrify a game and draw in audiences transcends the sport itself. From her NCAA days at Iowa to her historic rookie season in the WNBA, Clark's games have consistently shattered records. She became a household name, with fans tuning in just to see her perform, even if they weren't avid followers of women's basketball. Her rookie games routinely attracted over 2 million viewers, proving she's the driving force behind the sport's rising popularity.
Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in women's basketball, and without her, many fans just aren't going to tune in.
Angel Reese, on the other hand, painted herself as the next big thing. She claimed to be the face of women's basketball, boasting about her ability to draw fans and fill arenas. However, the reality tells a very different story. Reese's games in the Unrivaled League have failed to create the same excitement the league's viewership, despite all the celebrity endorsements and flashy marketing, hasn't come close to the numbers Caitlin Clark brought to the WNBA. Reese's name alone has proven insufficient to sustain fan interest, and her on-court performances haven't helped her case.
For Caitlin Clark, this was a great choice. She was not taking part in the debut season of Unrivaled. We've heard of Unrivaled. It's a new league. It's an option for WNBA players. Rather than going overseas, they can play here.
Let's break this down further. Angel Reese has been vocal about her influence on the sport, but her game hasn't matched the narrative. Her performance in the Unrivaled League has been underwhelming, with missed layups and a lack of energy on both ends of the court. Reese has spent more time perfecting her social media presence and embracing the Barbie persona than improving her game. This has led to growing criticism, even from her own fans, who are beginning to see through the glamorized image she's cultivated. Basketball, at its core, is about skill and results not just a polished Instagram feed. Caitlin Clark's decision not to join the Unrivaled League, however, has solidified her status as the sport's ultimate power player. Her absence has exposed the league's dependence on her star power. Without Clark, the league feels empty, like a concert missing its headliner. Even the WNBA saw a massive boost in ratings when Clark entered the scene. With her games routinely setting viewership records, her ability to deliver unforgettable performances, coupled with her humble yet confident demeanor, has made her a magnet for fans and media alike.
Caitlin Clark has a lot going on right now. She just turned 23 years old. She obviously had a monster rookie season. Time named her Athlete of the Year. She's got a boyfriend. She's got Taylor Swift as her new bestie. She wants to hang out.
What's even more striking is Clark's strategic brilliance. By choosing to sit out, she avoided being associated with a league that's struggling to find its footing. This decision not only preserved her reputation but also amplified her value. The Unrivaled League's underwhelming debut without her has proven one thing loud and clear: Caitlin Clark is the heart of women's basketball. No other player, not even Angel Reese, can claim the same level of influence or impact. Angel Reese's attempt to position herself as the face of the sport has backfired spectacularly. While Reese may have the glam and the attitude, Clark has the stats, the game, and the undeniable ability to elevate women's basketball to new heights. Reese's bold claims about her role in the sport's popularity have been laid bare as exaggerated, if not outright false, when compared to Clark's tangible results. Angel Reese built her brand on bold declarations and a larger-than-life person. She embraced the villain role during her NCAA run, claiming to be the reason for women's basketball's rising popularity. Statements like "People watch women's basketball because of me too" painted a picture of someone who believed her influence was on par with, if not greater, than Caitlin Clark's is. But the Unrivaled League has put those claims to the test, and the results are far from flattering. The numbers are unforgiving. Reese's presence in the UN-Red League was supposed to draw viewers, fill seats, and ignite excitement, yet the league's debut struggled to break 32,000 average viewers across its opening weekend. To make matters worse, games featuring Reese didn't generate the buzz expected from someone who claims to be the face of the sport. In contrast, Caitlin Clark's rookie season drew millions of viewers per game even when she wasn't playing. The disparity is glaring, highlighting that while Reese a big game, Clark is the one who delivers.
The pre-game show, post-game show, it felt like all of those were put in place as like a marketing tool for the play on the court, and it was just overwhelming praise, 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 praise. But we don't need to, like during the games, just be constantly praising and not calling out certain things like regular play-by-play commentary.
Reese's struggles extend beyond viewership numbers. Her on-court performances in the Unrivaled League have done little to back up her self-proclaimed status as a superstar. Missed layups, lackluster defense, and an apparent lack of improvement have drawn criticism from fans and analysts alike. Unlike Clark, who consistently works to elevate her game, Reese seems more focused on maintaining her Barbie image than honing her basketball skills. This has only fueled the narrative that Reese is more about flash than substance, a stark contrast to Clark's relentless work ethic and undeniable talent. The glamour and perks of the Unrivaled League have also become a double-edged sword for Reese. The league's emphasis on GLY, from Sephora-sponsored glam rooms to luxury apartments in Miami, was meant to modernize women's basketball. However, it has inadvertently underscored Reese's weaknesses, while players like Caitlin Clark let their game speak for itself. Reese's reliance on the league's glamour to bolster her brand is backfired. Fans are beginning to question whether Reese is more invested in her image than in becoming a true basketball icon. Caitlin Clark's absence has magnified Reese's shortcomings without Clark in the league. The lack of star power is painfully evident. Reese was expected to step into that role, but she's failed to deliver. Even her most loyal fans can't ignore the contrast between her words and her performances. Meanwhile, Clark's decision to sit out has been a masterstroke. It has allowed her to preserve her mystique, elevate her value, and expose the unrivaled league's inability to thrive without her.
Caitlin Clark's star is only going to shine brighter because she handles herself with grace and class.